What's up, Josh?
What's up?
We have got a video today. We're going back into the motorcycle news, Moto news, and we've got some new things for this week. But why don't you briefly talk about some of the hate we got?
Oh, I love it. I love it. Yeah. We really brought on the hate. We talked about how I personally just don't think the new CB1000, the new Honda Hornet, I don't think it's a good buy. But many of you guys came in and stepped up and defended the Hornet. And honestly, as a motorcycle enthusiast, I respect the passion. I respect everyone's opinion and love for the Honda Hornet. I just don't think you're gonna have a fun time when it goes time to sell it. I just think you're gonna eat it, unfortunately. But prove me wrong. Maybe we'll see. Maybe it's a modern classic in the making. But as always, we invite the disruption. We invite the criticism. Tell us when we're wrong. I love it.
I actually love doing videos like this style.
Yeah.
But what I love more is going into the comments and replying to these comments.
Yeah.
And telling them why they're wrong.
Or just saying, hey, we didn't think about it. You're right.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
And I actually told somebody that he was wrong about something. He had said that it's just a random guy's opinion on YouTube.
And he was wrong because it's two random guys.
No,
we're not pedantic at all.
No.
Okay.
Here are two random guys that are going to bring more news and more opinions.
Bring us something good.
So let's first talk about some of the new motorcycles that have popped up recently. One of them being one of your favorites, the 2025 Ducati Diavo.
Diavo. I'm probably like 3 or 4 other ways to pronounce it.
Sure.
Yeah. It looks like Ducati's kept with the formula that seems to have worked.
Yeah.
That I think will continue to work. It is still, surprisingly, it's been around for so long now. I still think it kind of stands alone, sort of in a category of its own, like an Italian style muscle bike. I don't see a whole lot of competition for it. Honestly, it's a great bike. It's a little bit on the pricier end, but it's a Ducati. But I think it's worth it. It's a great looking bike.
Yeah. Why try to fix something that's not broke?
Yeah.
Great. And moving on, we've got a new style coming along with the 50-year anniversary of the Goldwing, and it is gorgeous.
Okay. We got to talk about this because if you're younger, you think, oh, Goldwing, that's for 90-year-old man. Okay, I get it. I've had every single Goldwing at this point, going all the way back to the original GL1000. If you have not ridden one, you just won't understand. You just don't understand. They're phenomenal motorcycles. And the newest one, say what you will, some people said, oh, the previous generation had a little bit more storage. And okay, yeah, the previous generation had more storage. But the new paint schemes that they've come out with, the one in particular that I sent you, which we're going to throw up here, is absolutely gorgeous. I always want to buy a Goldwing because they're just the best touring Learjet motorcycles of all time. But I've never wanted to own another one more than I do now.
Yeah,
it's absolutely beautiful. And because it's the 50th anniversary, you get a coffee table book and a miniature model of a GL1000.
Whoa, I didn't know that.
I know. So Honda going above and beyond for their history.
Wow.
Love it.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
Go pick you one up.
Yeah. So moving on from those, we've got some new tech that is coming into the scene of motorcycle. There's 3 that we're going to look at.
Okay.
First one, last video, we talked a bit about how emissions create some really stupid designs and choices. So we've got some more emission changes, like Green Earth, Don't Hug a Tree. Honda is creating bodywork out of leftover corn pieces, so the part you don't eat. So basically they take the husk and the leaves and whatever other junk that we don't use, and then they do some sort of process that breaks it down into sugars. And then
so we're creating organic bodywork.
biodegradable bodywork.
Does that mean like insects and stuff will eat the fairings off my bike?
Maybe. I don't know. But basically, it's plastic-like material.
How much like oil are we really saving? Like I know like plastic is like a petroleum product and yada 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 kills the environment. How much are we really saving with like my 3 pounds of plastic on my fairing kit for my CBR 1000?
Yeah, I mean,
should I just drive like 50 miles less a year and it's like the equivalent?
Maybe.
There's got to be a scientist in the comments, because I know that like we only have, or primarily scientists that are watching right now,
right?
Some doctorate in
95%, yeah,
chemical engineering will know how much are we actually saving the environment by doing this?
I'm of the opinion that like Honda is such a big company that produces motorcycles.
Yes.
So it's like, how much do they care about emissions versus the headline that comes out? You know.
Or did they just find a way to save money? And they're like, here's how we can save money.
That could be it.
Make a great headline and like have our motorcycles eaten by bugs so that you have to buy new organic fairings.
There you go.
See, it's the trifecta.
There you go.
They
want
sell more parts by making them biodegradable.
I mean, Honda's smart, you know?
Smarter than me. Gotta admit. Love it.
Plus, they're so reliable. Honda.
The engine will still
make money elsewhere.
Yeah, the engine still runs. Of course, I'm going to buy a new organic body for it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, moving on.
Next one is a motorcycle that has started to put in some technology into the aerodynamics, and there's this thing that you informed me is familiar in the car world, but winglets now are automated.
Oh yeah.
So for aerodynamics.
Yeah, like active aero.
Active aero.
Okay, so if you've been kind of following this, you've seen over the past few years, I want to say maybe it was Ducati, I don't know exactly which brand, started doing little winglets. And it's exactly what it sounds like. It's little wings on the front of your fairings on your sport bike, and it puts more downforce on the front wheel, and you have more grip. It's fantastic. It's a great idea. But like, you have to be basically, in my opinion, you got to be basically like Marc Marquez in order to freaking like be a good enough rider to enjoy the benefits that those winglets will provide. And dude, like, somebody come and fight me. Like, you have to be like a dang near professional for active aero on your sport bike to actually help you turn a faster lap time. Right. I'm pretty sure you should just spend all the money that you would have spent on an active aero and just spend it on like more motorcycle lessons, training, track days, whatever, and that's what's going to make you a better rider. Like, here you go. Technology's cool. Would love to see it in MotoGP. I'm sure it's MotoGP to ride, whatever.
Yeah.
But it's like, it's just one more thing to break on your silly, expensive motorcycle. But that's going to be fine, because only rich people are going to be able to afford it, and then they'll fix it, and it won't be a big deal, and they'll be able to ride to their friends. And that's active aero. And because they can't ride real well, it's not going to help them turn a faster lap time. Yeah, I'm going to have to live with that.
Yeah. I'm all for technology changes, but like, don't. Just because something's new and, you know, has all the greatest gizmos isn't going to mean you're going to be a better rider. Just like buying a brand new camera isn't going to make us better YouTubers. We just got to put in the work, you know, in content in ways that will make us better. So.
Cool. What's he got?
Next up, we've got, and this is actually the last thing here, we've got the Bosch radar system that is being updated. So there's some things to help with how they're detecting cars and motorcycles around them already.
Wait, so you're talking about like the system similar to a car where it provides automatic braking if someone in front of you? Okay.
Exactly. But they've updated it.
Hold on. This sounds insanely dangerous, okay? Because I've had cars that have had the automatic braking, and there's been times when it's like I've been distracted looking out the window, and I've looked down at my phone, and the car was like, no, slow down, there's an emergency. I've slammed on brakes, and if I was not buckled in, like I'd fly into the steering wheel. Like that's like in a car, then fine, whatever. But on a motorcycle, like say if I'm just relaxing on my bike, I'll take one hand off for a second, and I'll just rest it on my hip. But if that's when the bike decides to kick in with braking, like I am not staying on the motorcycle. Like this sounds like bro, this sounds like a freaking horror show. I don't know how. Okay, but there's got to be more to the story. Okay,
there is. Just let me talk. Okay. Yeah, so basically it'll help you, assist you in braking, but you have to be the first one to engage the brakes. So front brake, you're going to stop, you start to pull the brake lever, and it will assist you, and it will recognize the distance and help you brake before that point. So maybe you think you're putting on more pressure than you are, but you're not putting on enough. It'll kind of adjust for you, but you've got to be ready to brake. So it's the initial.
So does it alert you somehow to say, hey, you should really brake now, and then you start to brake, and then it helps you brake faster?
Yes. So it's got detectors on the front as well as the rear, and it will kind of show up on your dash cam or on your dash as a like, hey, there's a car behind you, there's a car in front of you, be careful. And then you get to decide when you brake, if you're going to decide to maneuver out, maybe.
I could see that being helpful. I guess I would, as long as we can still turn it off.
Yeah.
And which I feel like there's got to be a way to just turn it off. I would just
take out the whole system.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I feel like the potential for it to cause more problems versus alleviate an issue, I don't know.
Yeah, I could see that, particularly with motorcycles. That's what they said about cars too, and it's helped. But just like with cars, it's helped people who are like older and maybe they don't have as great depth perception, but also with motorcycles, when you're older, you start to lose some mobility in your hands, some strength. So it would help when you kind of just start the braking system on the lever to kind of get that flow.
Okay, but let's be real. If I'm getting older and my hand cannot adequately pull the brake lever, I don't think I should be on a motorcycle.
You are a very wise man. There are perhaps find old folks
perhaps
that still drive cars, and I'm sure
perhaps
there are plenty of people that would ride regardless of their.
So okay, but here's the other thing that I see is oftentimes, or I say often, one of the largest instances of cars hitting motorcycles is when a car is turning left in front of a motorcycle. So how good is this radar system? Is it able to see it coming, or is it only going to see it when it's like directly in front? Is it like some of the others where they kind of see it coming and from how far, and does it calculate the speed?
That is a great question. I guess we're going to have to see once it's actually on some motorcycles. But it is also supposed to help you keep in step with other riders you're riding with. So there's a couple other motorcycles around you.
So you're doing a
riding in a group.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. And it will help you keep at the same speed, space, like spacing between each of the motorcycles.
Okay.
So it's just
when all of your friends are doing like a $140 on the highway, absolutely, like you can just keep up
with it.
Yeah. And the radar will signal back to the police where all you've gone and how fast everyone's gone, and then you'll get arrested.
They don't even have to send it to the police. It'll just track it all and just automatically it'll dispense right from the edge of your motorcycle.
You heard it here first, guys. The police are in league with this fancy dancy little system here.
Always the government.
Down. Trying to keep us down. They're trying to keep down the man.
Absolutely. Some of the comments on the radar system was that pretty soon it's gonna help you. Well, it's gonna enjoy the ride for you. So you don't even have to enjoy it.
I don't have to enjoy it.
You just feel numb while you're riding.
Yes, that's what I want when I'm on the motorcycle. I want to feel nothing.
Yeah.
Love it. Beautiful.
That's actually all.
That's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. So
awesome.
Thanks for sticking with me, sharing your opinions.
Anytime. Yeah.
Like,
Like, comment, subscribe.
Yeah. How should you think in the comments? Good, bad, ugly, all of it.
If you hate the gold lane and you tell me in the comments, I'm gonna be really upset.
So
don't do it. No, don't delete comments. We don't do that. You gotta stand by it. That's what I say. All right. See you next week.